Okay, it's 2022 and the Harley Davidson new lineup has just come out. Man, I'm hearing the same things I hear every year. All the complaining about Harley Davidson not doing enough or not getting the bikes that the consumer wants. Well, I'm here to tell you that we, the Harley owners, we're getting exactly what we want. And I want to take a little bit less than 15 minutes and explain so that all the critics that have probably never even ridden a Harley or definitely don't own a Harley, that they can kind of learn what it is we're looking for and why we keep spending the money to buy these bikes. Let's get into it. So, what does Harley Davidson have to offer? Well, to answer that, we need to know a little bit about the Harley Davidson owner base. As I'm sure that you already know, the reason for the growth of Harley during the 40s and the 50s was primarily due to the returning military members that were looking for things like independence and brotherhood and community, and they had a healthy disrespect of the government. This was due to the failures of the government to keep their commitments to service members when they were no longer needed. This issue, which is just as prevalent today, is really a topic for another time. America made Harley Davidson the glue and the reason behind the communities that were created by these ex-service members. And to this day, the bulk of the riders have some kind of military background or affiliation. Another big American tradition, which was driven by the muscle car scene that we're really famous for, was the need to modify, improve, and create customizations that make each rider and bike unique. Harley recognized this, and in a move that no other manufacturer has ever been able to achieve, created their bikes to be rebuilt by the owners. Let's examine this point closely. I'm always hearing statements like Harley tax, it's gonna break your bank, and Harley's underpowered and slow, and Harleys don't give their customers the bikes they want, and on and on and on. In truth, these are the bikes we, the owners, want. What Harley customers are looking for is these three things. Number one, we want a solid platform that can take a beating and keep going. Minimal plastics and junk gizmos. Number two, a good running bike that is the base for our customizations and priorities. We do not want the factory to decide what we need. We want to be able to take any bike of any of their platforms and make it meet our individual needs, whether we prioritize comfort, speed, handling, storage, we focus on road riding or dirt riding, or any other of a multitude of things that we individually desire. We want a bike that can be bought previously modified. This is the third item. We want a bike that can be previously modified and then stylized by the new owner with a very minimal concern that the prior modifications are going to limit us or affect how the bike handles with what we put on it. So yes, we want the adult equivalent of a Lego motorcycle. And we want these things to be of the highest quality possible. So if you hear that Harleys are outdated, or at least not up to date with the current technologies, realize that Harley does have all the important safety and performance tech that other companies have, but will also not give you the things that can break one of the three things that are listed above. For example, electronically controlled windshields. This can't be done while allowing the highest degree of customization or recustomization. We often see bikes that are effectively built to do something that they weren't initially designed to, and they're very good at it. For example, I've seen off-road equipped touring Harleys that can hold their own in that environment. But if they had the electronics and gizmos to have things like electric windshields, it would limit these applications and change the ability to customize that the owners are looking for. Riders of most other brands are used to buying a bike that comes fully built out, and customization is limited to bling items, and not to the level that Harley comes. Harley actually makes the riders a part of the design team to create their dream bike, and builds these base motorcycles in a way that the owner does not have to be an engineer or have an engineering degree to achieve levels of high customization. Harley owners feel to a degree that they are a part of the company, the tradition, and the history. Their bikes have an identity, and as I personally know, a rider's bike can be more well known and respected than the riders themselves. Over the years, Harley has striven and struggled to keep going at times and provide the riders with what they want from the company. We've seen Harley Davidson take on both the government and the global bike market several times, and they have always pulled through without abandoning their core owners. When you buy Harley, you also buy a network, a lifestyle, and a family. And like a family, not all relationships are pleasant. Sometimes bad experiences can happen, but it is a very large family, and there is a place for everyone. If you hadn't had an experience riding a Harley, I would recommend that you go and see what they feel like, see how they communicate to you. Take some time to see how the groups and the organization work. It's more than just buying a motorcycle. It's a family. I'll see you on the next video.